Hi all of my lovely friends. I have received lots of requests to go over boundaries, what they are, how you would set them up properly, and what they are used for to help you in your mediumship or psychic development. So today I'm going to go over what I do and why I do it and how it works. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Developing with Mal. Today I wanted to talk about boundaries. So when I first started developing into a medium, I remember it would be very hard to sleep. I would have very vivid dreams if I could go to sleep at all, or I'd be awake constantly with thoughts constantly coming in and running through my mind. I would feel energies around me, so I knew that there were spirits around me. I would feel the spirits in my home walking around, or one time clairaudiently I heard a noise downstairs, and when I went to go figure out what it was, there was nothing that could explain what that noise was, so I know that there was a spirit trying to get my attention. And especially for me, the worst part was not being able to sleep, not being able to fully get a night's rest, and constantly, night after night after night, be laying in bed with constant thoughts and images coming in. And when I wanted to be with my daughter or play with my daughter, I would close my eyes and faces would be in my vision, and I wanted to find a way to stop that, or at least be able to turn it off when I'm not ready to work or be of service for mediumship. So it took me a while to find what to do. I would scour YouTube, Facebook, Google. What do you do when you see faces when you close your eyes? I would check out blogs and things like that from other mediums, and they all were talking about boundaries. Now, I will say that the boundary is up to you how you want to set it and say it. It is more of a personal energy that I work with when I set my boundary, and by that I mean I will say a specific intention that feels right for me and feels good for my soul and my energy. What I say might not flow right with you or feel the same or have that same effect. So you want to find something that feels right to your soul and something that feels good. So one of the things that, and I know you've watched some of my other videos, I'm obsessed with crystals, is amethyst crystal is good for protection, black tourmaline for grounding, selenite for reaching into the higher realms. So I have selenite, black tourmaline, and amethyst in different points all over my home. And that actually really did help. It also brought the vibe up in my home as well. I've had several friends come over, family come over and say, wow, your house just feels so up. Your house just feels so good. The vibe in here is so good. And while I do attribute it to me keeping my energy in a happy place, and I do attribute it to me clearing my home with sage and Palo Santo, I do attribute it to the crystals as well, because I know that they are there to help me and lift the vibration. So one of the things you can do as a boundary is set amethyst for sure, because it's a protective stone, amethyst in certain places around your home. Now I have one in my front living room by the front door, I have one in my bedroom, and I have one in my daughter's bedroom. So that would be something you could do for a boundary, is have some crystals to help you with the protection. Another thing that I like to do, and this is the main most important one, is the intention. In mediumship, in life in general, your intention is everything. What you put out in your thoughts is what you are going to get back in return. So if you think constantly, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, you're always going to be broke. And it's the same thing in mediumship, boundaries in mediumship. If you set out the intention, I keep seeing faces, I keep feeling energies, I keep seeing this energy, I can't sleep, that's what's going to happen. And it took me a little while to put those dots together, but once I did, it completely changed for me. So for example, my intention, my boundary, the intention I set in my mind is exactly this. I do not allow spirits into my home or energies into my home unless I am specifically sitting down to work. And by work, I mean give a practice reading. I'm learning how to do tarot and oracle cards. So when I work with those, obviously spirit can come in and help me. So my boundary is that when I'm working at home, it's okay. But when I'm not working and I'm turned off, I don't allow spirit into my home. Now, I do a little caveat to that. I do allow my personal family, my personal spirit guides, my personal angels, and my personal friends. So I do have several in spirit, friends and family. And so when I set my boundary, I say this: I do not allow spirit or energies into my home unless I am specifically working for the spirit world. The only spirit or energies that I will allow into my home at any time are my personal family members, my close friends, my guides, my angels, and my ancestors. Now, I usually say that 2 or 3 times a day. When I first started, that's what I would do 2 or 3 times a day. I definitely said it every single night, maybe 2 or 3 times before I went to sleep, and it worked. And the reason it worked is because the spirit world respects us. They understand that we are still here in a human form, having a human experience. Our soul is still here for a purpose and a reason, and they don't want to interfere with that. So they will understand and accept and respect your boundaries. So you could set your boundary however you like. Maybe you want them to come into your home, or maybe you don't. So you would set that boundary. Maybe you want your boundary to be when I'm at a restaurant or out with my family, I don't want spirits to try to contact me. Your boundary could be at work. I know for me, I've had spirits come talk to me at work. Luckily, I work with some amazing, amazing people who have been open to it and actually have become great friends with me on this journey. But if you work at a place where you don't want those energies to keep coming in and keep trying to talk to you, maybe it's messing up your focus, definitely set that boundary. Now, I do have a piece of amethyst at my desk as well, and I do get a lot of compliments on it, and I'm also told that my desk area feels really good, so I will attribute that to the crystal. I do also clear and cleanse my desk. I just don't use sage or Palo Santo because I don't want to affect or bother anybody else with the smell, but I do like an intentional clearing with my mind, and like I'll move my hand over my stuff and just do an intentional clearing. So definitely set your boundaries however you see fit. Set your boundaries to what resonates with you. If you say what I say, that's great. If you want to add something or take something away or do completely your own thing, that's great too. Whatever you can do to get that boundary up so that you can still live your life. You can still have a happy, peaceful existence. Being a medium doesn't mean that you have to have it turned on all the time. And it took me months to figure that out because I didn't want to turn it off. I wanted to always be of service. What if somebody needed me? What if somebody had to get a message to me? What would I do? I need to get those messages through. But I learned that I have a family, I have a daughter, I have a mommy that we love to go well, my mother loves to go shopping. I just go with her. I'm not a shopping person, but I love to spend time with my mom going shopping, and my mom loves to go to Dillard's, Macy's, the mall. And you know how many people are in the mall and just crowd and bombard you? I had to learn really quick to turn that off. Otherwise, I couldn't enjoy myself spending that time with my mom or my daughter. So understand it's okay to set that boundary. Spirit understands. And for you and your sanity, you have to set that boundary. Your intention is the strongest form of a boundary that you can have. You can use crystals, but they're not necessary. Your intention that you put out into the world, into the universe, your intention is what's the strongest. So again, I don't allow spirits or energies into my home without my permission. You could add without my permission because maybe sometimes you want to allow them to come in here or there, or maybe you've got a friend over and you want to allow them to come in. You can add that part with my permission. I do not allow spirits or energies to come into my home without my permission, And unless I am specifically working for spirit, meaning giving a reading, I will allow my friends, my family, my guides, my angels, and my ancestors to come in at any time. That's my boundary, and it has worked amazingly for me, very, very amazingly. And I really hope that this has helped all of you as well. Please leave your comments down below. If you have a certain intention for a boundary, let's put it down below so we can help others. Maybe help others figure out how they could word their boundaries and get boundaries to work for them. Maybe you have a different method besides the intention and the crystal. Go ahead and put it down below so we can all help each other develop. Thank you all so much, as always, for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to these videos to keep our community growing and to keep us having a safe space to practice and learn together. Goodbye, all of my lovely friends.